we're just in between scenes right now, and I brought my friend Cyan along to get to know a little about the behind the scenes, but also questions that you guys have for us. So she reached out to you to see what exactly you wanted to know about Heartland and beyond. So take it away.
What's one animal that's taught you the most patience?
I think this sounds cliche, but horses. Horses have ultimately taught me that if you have 5 minutes, it's going to take 5 hours. And if you have 5 hours, it might just take 5 minutes. And I think my very first horse that I had, Monty, was a very good testament to that. You know, he was young and very green and inexperienced, and I was young and very green and inexperienced, and so we were learning together, which can be great, but it can also have its challenges. So he taught me a lot of patience, and then from there on it just kind of grew from that.
Good answer. When do you feel most like yourself?
Here. I think that anytime I'm out in nature with animals, I love being on set, and I think that Heartland especially has such a great atmosphere for someone like myself, because I love being out in nature with the space like this. If I was in a studio every day, I don't know that I would feel like myself. So this is it's a great place to work, but also anytime I'm just out in nature with animals, I feel like myself.
What's one story from a fan that really sticks with you?
Oh, there's honestly, over the years, there have been so many of them. And I think that anytime I hear about someone who has lost someone or has gone through sickness or an injury, and they're able to not only find happiness and peace from Heartland, but also find a way to be motivated and to keep moving forward in a positive way, I think those are the stories that resonate with me the most.
Awesome. What does a perfect day on your farm look like?
Oh, well, the weather would be like this, right around 20 to 25 degrees, sunny, the grass is green, the animals are happy, and I just like waking up and not having a real schedule or things that I have to get done, just going out and being able to be like, you know what, I'm gonna go for a ride now. Okay, now we're gonna clean the chicken coop, and now we're gonna just hang out with the cows. And I love everything about all my animals and the things that I have accessible on my farm. So being able to enjoy them all is always a treat.
If you could be a guest star on any show, past or present, what would it be?
Oh my goodness. Um, I would love to be on a show like Dr. Dolittle, or like something where there's just an abundance of animals of all varieties. Because anyone who knows me knows that I'm not just about horses. I love every animal equally. And so I think being on a show where I'm just surrounded by every type of odd and unusual animal would be so much fun.
Good answer. That's very you. Where's your favorite place in the Calgary area that you would recommend tourists check out when they're here?
Oh. You know, I don't get a lot of time to sightsee anymore. I find that I'm so busy, and really when I don't have time, or when I do have time to myself, I want to just be with my animals and my family. And but I think I would get down to Waterton. Waterton is a beautiful spot, and it's not as busy as Banff. Mind you, I haven't been there in a couple years, so it might have changed. But it is very beautiful. It's right near the Montana border, and so I do love that. I think the best thing, if you can rent a car, do it, because you can kind of get off the beaten track and you can just explore, like, just drive around. It's so pretty. And I think every day when I'm driving to work, when we were driving out here this morning, I was like, you know, I got a pretty awesome drive to work. It's so beautiful. I saw there was pheasants running across the street, there was deer, there was, you know, barn cats, everything else that I'm like, this is so cool. I get to see this in the morning, and almost every day when I drive to work, I see wildlife and the most beautiful sunrises.
What's your favorite quality time activity with Sean?
Favorite quality time activity? We love riding together, so that would be activity wise. But I think probably one of my favorite things is when we both get home after a busy day. We both work long hours, and whenever it's nice out, our favorite thing to do is just take the dogs and go for a walk through the pastures and check on the horses and cows. And I find that it's a really good sense of, like, we can talk or we can't. You know, sometimes it's just like, I'm so done with the day and I just want to enjoy your presence and just walk quietly. And we've been together for a very long time, so we understand each other's wants and needs. When we get home, it's like, you know what, I want to be with you, but I just need some quiet right now. And sometimes that's even more powerful than talking. But then there's times when we're like, hey, like, you know, let's discuss this, or what are we doing this weekend? Or it's just a time to kind of connect and enjoy each other, and also enjoy our animals and our place.
What's your favorite thing about owning Marshall's Country Store?
Oh, I think, you know, doing events, and when I get to see people that come from all over the world is really cool. But also, I have to say, I have this pride in my team, and I'm not just saying that because you're sitting beside me, but watching how the whole team has kind of come together and formed very organically. You know, like, it wasn't like, okay, I'm holding interviews and like, okay, you're going to be good for this position, you're going to be good for this position. It kind of just happened through people that I knew and people whose strengths I valued. And I was like, I want that on my team. You know, like, that quality is something that I don't have, that I hope you can bring forward. And just understanding what everybody's strengths and weaknesses are, I think, has been really powerful for me. And also learning to delegate and saying, I can't do this right now. Can you take over? and trusting your team. So I think overall, that's probably been the thing that I value the most, is just understanding that.
That was very nice. Now we're going to end with a hard question. I think. If you could bring any guest star to Heartland, who would it be?
That is a hard question. This is someone who's never been on the
Yeah.
show? Oh, man. Okay. I think someone who is a horseman, woman, and not necessarily an actor, and getting to watch them somewhere where they have a comfort zone with the animals, but maybe not in front of a camera, and just seeing that. Like, first person I'm thinking of is Dan James. Having Dan James come on the show, and very talented horse person, but, you know, maybe not as comfortable in front of camera. Maybe he is, I don't know. We haven't put him in that position yet. But I think that having that and being able to work with someone and see their talents and everything merge together is really cool.
Awesome. That's all my questions for you.
Awesome. Okay, I hope you guys learned a little bit more today.